Welcome back, PokeTubers and my Crypt Fiends. Alright, so we're going to go for more breeding tips. We're going with passing down moves. We're going to start off with that and we're going to see where this takes us. Alright, when you're trying to pass down moves, if you're breeding two of the same type of Pokemon, so yeah, say a Charmander and a Charmander, a male and a female, the male has to have the moves. So, say any egg moves, you can take any Pokemon and take a female and take another person's egg move Pokemon, breed it with your female, and its baby will have the egg moves. Now with Ditto, there's an exception. You can pass down. It will always pass down egg moves if you breed with a Ditto. So if you're breeding with a Ditto, it'll keep the egg moves passing down. So you want that egg move on a certain Pokemon, then yeah, you can do it by just doing that. So take Klefki, right? We're just grabbing a random Pokemon. And say you want him to have Iron Defense. So in order to do this, you would need to take a Ferrothorn, let's go with that one, and breed it with a female Klefki, so a male Ferrothorn and a female Klefki, in order to get a Klefki with Iron Defense. Now, once you get the Klefki with Iron Defense, you can then take your Ditto that you have higher IVs on and breed it down to the point. As long as you're breeding with a Ditto, it doesn't matter if it's a male or female. You just take the highest one, the one with the highest IVs, the highest number of 31 IVs, and breed it down. Now, as for breeding down moves, as for breeding down other things, we're going to go with breeding down IVs. So, take your Klefki that you just got. It has 0 IVs. I've done a lot of trading and stuff on GameFacts, and I actually got a hold of for myself a 6 IV Ditto, Japanese. So what I do is I take my Ditto, I take the Klefki, breed them together, and I do it in groups of 5 with a Pokemon that has Flame Body, so they hatch faster. So, and Talonflame is amazing. He has Flame Body, he can fly. Literally, it's wonderful. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail when I actually get my capture card, but in the middle of Liamos City, there's a place where there's a giant circle where you can set it to automatically go around in a circle. Now, if you will do this, you can easily slip a penny into the side of your thumb pad, and it'll make your bike go around in circles, and you'll hatch your Pokemon. After I do that, I go get the IVs checked, and let's bring up my DS real quick in my face, just so I know what I'm talking about. But you go to the Battle Mason City, Calamine, it's Kalos something, Kill Cloud City. The Pokemon Center in that city will actually have the guy that does IV checking. You check the IVs on those Pokemon, and you can get anything from the lucky number 5, where I've actually gotten all 5 of my IVs in the right spots on it and been done, to 1 IV, 2 IVs, 3 IVs, but you take the one with the most, and then you repeat the process. By doing this, you'll get your egg move on the Pokemon and be able to increase the IVs. But when you're using a Ditto, there is something you need to know. If you want your Pokemon to have a certain ball, whether it be anything, just say have your Pokemon be in a certain Pokeball. You only can breed females. If you breed a female with a ditto, the ball will always be passed down. So, what you have right now is you have your Pokemon in the daycare, you're breeding it with your ditto. You want to have one Pokemon. Your Klefki would probably be the most likely one, so you can breed the nature first and then start with the ditto. But you put the Forever Stone on the Klefki and the Destiny Knot on the ditto. The Forever Stone will keep its nature, and the Destiny Knot will transfer the IVs. Destiny Knot does 5 IVs. Forever Stone guarantees you keep the nature that you want. So now you're breeding it down, and you'll eventually get your perfect one. Number one rule, if you don't have a 5 or 6 IV Ditto, get a friend with go on to GameFacts or another forum post and find yourself a Ditto. Whether it be getting someone's friend code that has a Ditto Safari and you're hunting for the perfect IV Ditto, or you're trading for it. Whichever is easiest for you. Now, this is how you get a perfect IV Pokemon legit. It will have the Kalos symbol. It will not. It is how you literally get him perfect. You do not cheat. You do not do anything wrong. You have literally bred yourself the perfect Pokemon. And if you're able to get yourself an Asian Ditto, and you're breeding it with Pokemon that you hatched, you have an increased chance of getting a shiny Pokemon. And because the babies from these two Pokemon are going to be better with the IVs, you have a high chance of getting a high IV shiny from doing this. Now, that is the tip of the day for this, and it's the very basics to breeding, but it just seems like a lot of people don't really understand how important IVs are. The difference between IVs don't look like a lot with numbers, but they are very important. They are what separates the count. All you have to do is think, how many times have you had a Pokemon survive at 1 or 2 life? You're increasing the likelihood of surviving an attack that you wouldn't have survived before if you have perfect IVs on your Pokemon. Remember, in it to win it, no matter what. You follow the rules, but you go for the win. And you've been playing with Pokemon that you like, so you know what you need to breed. So, if you're just going for Pokemon that you need, because you actually play with these Pokemon, the time investment, if you can get a hold of a Ditto, I also heard they're selling on eBay for like $5, but that's if you want to do that. But if you're able to get a hold of a Ditto that with 3, 4, 5 IVs, or a friend Safari and catch those Dittos, because I had a 4 IV Dittos, I had like 6 4 IV Dittos I was using, you can start breeding your team. The time investment into breeding your team is worth it. It will win you battles. Just remember, go for the win.